Attention to it's not an icebox in here today. Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right, Lena, I'm ready.
So I'm doing oral interpretation, so I'm just reading some literature just so everybody knows the kind of speech that it is. So Anton Chekhov was a Russian writer from the 1800s, and he has plenty of short stories of different genres, and I've always liked his style of writing, so that's why I really wanted to read something of his today. I'm reading a piece called Love by him, and it's probably one of my favorites just because even though it was written so long ago, he really goes over a lot of feelings that I feel like a lot of people can touch upon. So I hope that I can kind of convey his passion when I'm reading it. So just go ahead. And 3 o'clock in the morning, the soft April night is looking in at my windows and caressingly winking at me with its stars. I can't sleep. I am so happy. My whole being, from head to heels, is bursting with a strange, incomprehensible feeling. I can't analyze it just now. I haven't the time. I'm too lazy. And there, hang analysis. Why is a man likely to interpret his sensations when he is flying head foremost from a belfry or has just learned that he has won 200,000? Is he in the state to do it? This was more or less how I began my love letter to Sasha, a girl of 19 with whom I had fallen in love. I began it 5 times and as often tore up the sheets, scratched out whole pages, and copied it all over again. I spent as long over the letters as if it had been a novel I had to write to order. And it was not because I tried to make it longer, more elaborate, or more fervent, but because I wanted endlessly to prolong the process of this writing. When one sits in the stillness of this one's studies and communes with one's own daydreams while the spring night looks in at one's window. Between the lines, I saw a beloved image, and it seemed to me that there were, sitting at the same table writing with me, spirits of naively happy, as foolish, as blissfully smiling as I. I wrote continually, looking at my hand, which still ached deliciously where hers had lately pressed it. And if I turned my eyes away, I had a vision of the green trellis of the little gate. Through the trellis, I saw Sasha gaze at me after I said goodbye to her. When I was saying goodbye to Sasha, I was thinking of nothing, and was simply admiring her figure as a decent man admires a pretty woman. When I saw through the trellis 2 big eyes, I suddenly, as though by inspiration, knew that I was in love, and that it was all settled between us, and fully decided that I had nothing left to do but carry out formalities. It is a great delight also to seal up a love letter and slowly put on one's hat and coat and softly go outside the house to carry the treasure to the post. There are no stars in the sky now. In their place there is a long whitish streak in the east, broken here and there by clouds above the roofs and dingy houses. From that streak the whole sky is flooded with pale light. The town is asleep, but already the water carts have come out, and somewhere in a faraway factory a whistle sounds to wake up the workpeople. Besides the post box, slightly moist with dew, you are sure to see the clumsy figure of a house porter, wearing a bell-shaped sheepskin and carrying a stick. He is in a condition of I don't know how to spell word. He is not asleep or awake, but somewhere in between. If the boxes knew how often people resort to them for decisions of their fate, they would not have such a humble air. I, anyway, almost kissed my post box, and as I gaze at it, I reflect that the post is the greatest of blessings. I beg anyone who has ever been in love to remember how one usually hurries home after dropping the letter in the box, rapidly gets into bed and pulls up the quilt to the full conviction that as soon as one wakes up in the morning, one will be overwhelmed with memories of the previous day and look in the raptures of the window where the daylight will eagerly make its way through the folds of the curtain.